What up, guys? Grabbed here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're doing a quick raid roundup. As you can see, we've got some big-time events here. We have this wonderful Black Friday Cyber Week event, which is just sad. 10x chances for Prince Kaimar and Michinaki from Ancient Shards today. Wednesday, you get Duchess Lilitude, Lady Kimmy from Sacreds. And then the next day on Thanksgiving or Friday or whatever, you get Raka, Viletide, and Rhino Bone Spear from Void Shards. They're all 10x's, so there is no bonus. Just another way to get shards out of you. I don't really like that event. I think it's kind of garbage, but whatever. And then with that, they're pairing some wonderful little cyber deals, I guess, or Black Friday deals. They are terrible. I mean, if you wanted to buy gear, I guess it's great. Go ahead, buy some gear. That's today's deal. But if you look at the Cyber Week offer, you get 60 shards and 10 tomes for $100 US. I don't know what it is, in the other denominations, but that's terrible. You don't even get the silver to open the shards. So you're going to burn through a ton of silver with that. The 10 tomes is kind of nice. Yeah, 10 tomes is a lot, but overall, it's a crap deal. We've had better deals for Black Friday and Cyber Week, so I'm not in on this one at all. And then we have the Black Friday deal for $80. You get 48 shards, 6,800 energy, and enough silver to open all the shards. Still not a fan of that one either. Not a huge fan. I feel like we had a $60 pack last year or the year before that was like 40 shards, a couple void shards, maybe a legendary shard or two, some energy, some silver. Like it was a deal. Like it was a real deal. These ones just feel like a discount, not a deal. And I'm not a huge fan of that. Not a big fan, especially when you pair it with 10x times stuff. Just not cool to get us to burn through everything. I'm guessing there'll be an event next weekend because that's actual Black Friday, so we'll see. Or nothing. Maybe there'll be nothing next weekend. Maybe that's, they'll just go to random whatever it was supposed to be, and that's the end of it. On top of that, new in the game, since this is a full-on raid roundup, we have the new Fusion Champion who's coming down. Hoska Rule. Decent-looking epic. Attacks one enemy, has 30% chance of placing a stun debuff. Okay. A1 stun. Not terrible. Not great. A2 is attacks on enemies, 50% chance of placing a stun debuff one turn. Much better. Decreases the turn meters of enemies under stun debuffs. Neat. I mean, it's a little niche. I guess if you hit them with the A1 on a, ally attack or retaliation or whatever, then you get to take their turn meter down so they're under stun longer. Not bad. Unphase on the A3 removes all stun debuffs from allies, then places 60% increased defense buff and 25% increased resistance buff on all allies for 2 turns. Which, Arena? Really? An epic? Where are you worried about getting stunned? There aren't many places. Couple bosses here and there. There's a little stun action in their minions or whatever, but just not overall. And then he has a passive Finish the Foe, immune to stun debuffs, increases the damage inflicted by all allies by 15% when attacking enemies under stun debuffs. Increases ally defense in faction crypts by 30%. That's the worst part, is that aura. But overall, I think it's a good champion for mid-tier players. I think it will help people get through some levels, crowd control, really get past that one tier. Maybe there's, a champion that does, block revive kills on you and it's just screwing up your dungeon team. You just need to get past them. Hopefully this champion can be a lot of help. Throw him in some stun gear and just make him a stun crazed madman. So I would say, yeah, B+. Maybe B. Depends how hard it is to get. Like if it's crazy stupid hard, then B-. But if it's like a normal, easy kind of epic, like, softball underhand pitch, then I'll take it. And then we have one other champion, which they're adding on to the daily login reward, which I think 300 days and you get this, something like that. Seize. Kind of a neat name. Fun little guy. An epic Ogre Infraction. Got Snicker and Slice on the A1. Attacks one enemy. Places a 50% increase attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. If the attack is critical, which I imagine it would be. An attack champion, you're going to put crit rate on there, so Not too bad. Kind of the timing of it's all off. You get to increase yourself after. I don't like that. Self-buffing when it's post the attack is always rough. Because unless it's a shield of something like that. But when it's something that modifies the attack coming afterwards, that means you're going to waste your first turn to get that buff so that you can use your A2 or A3 with more strength. It just doesn't make sense to me. Knight of the Bat on the A2 attacks one enemy 3 times, fills this champion's turn meter by 10% on each critical hit. Also places a perfect veil buff on this champion for 1 turn. That's pretty cool. I like that. So up to 30%, since you're going to have 100% crit damage or crit rate anyways. 30% turn meter increase, which is really, really good. Especially for an A2, and it's looking like it's maybe down to a 3 turn. So you could really cycle pretty quick. On the A3, we have Swarming Suffering. Attacks all enemies. 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns before attacking, so that one makes sense. Heals this champion by 5% of their max HP on a critical hit. Not bad, so maybe an ally attacker to get him to go A1, so that it's his turn, he can go A3. That way you have increased crit damage and increased attack. I don't know. I like the heal, though. The heal definitely helps. So he's got a lot of, turn meal heal, definitely says arena, but could also maybe get you through some dungeons, squeeze plays here and there. And then Gimme is the passive, steals 15% of the turn meter from the enemy with the highest turn meter at the end of this champion's turn. Cannot be resisted. That's not bad. That has universal implications everywhere you go, because you could use this to pretty much get through, again, another dungeon level. Probably doesn't work on bosses. Might be resisted. Don't know. Have to play test that one to know. But overall, I'd say pretty cool if you pull him from a shard. Pretty crappy if you wait 300 days to get him. Unless you're a free-to-play account and you're almost there anyways. For the people who are way into the game and he's coming up as the next champ, and for some reason you don't have a champion who fills any of this by now, then cool. Really cool champion to get, and it's going to be a fun little guy to play around with. For you new players, hopefully you pull him from just a shard, and it really helps out your account there. Anyways, this has been a brief raid roundup. I'll try and do these every 2 weeks just to kind of get the idea of what's going on in the game and what's new. Anyways, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.